Hey guys, what's up? As you can see, my camera is not working yet again, and this time it seems like I am having much more trouble trying to get it back up. This says Whoopi flees the country after that $800 million lawsuit from Karoline Leavitt. Leavitt? I can't remember how to say it. I think it's Leavitt. Anyhow, let's see what they got to say.
I take care of my cat and do all the stuff I'm supposed to do.
She's out.
Imagine that. She's got a cat. Which I got two cats. But I'm not a cat person. It just kind of happened. Ended up rescuing two, like 1 to maybe 2-day-old cats. And we had to feed them with a syringe and everything. Other than that, I got 3 pit bulls. So I've always been a dog person.
Vanished. No warning. No grand exit speech. No tearful farewell at the Views table. Just gone. Whoopi Goldberg has reportedly left the United States, fled to be exact, as the $800 million defamation lawsuit from rising conservative firebrand Karoline Leavitt kicks into full throttle mode.
Why does everyone call her Firebrand? I've heard that a million times about her.
And oh boy, this isn't just a legal storm, it's a full-blown media reckoning. Behind closed doors, ABC is in panic mode. Producers are deleting emails, advertisers are freezing deals, PR teams are strategizing, which, let's be real, is corporate code for screaming into pillows. And
Yeah, and I think they should go down. Because everything they've said is actually false. They are intentionally doing it. I mean, there's no other ifs, ands, or buts to it. It's just false. They're intentionally trying to get certain people riled up. Now, why don't they concentrate on their own party is beyond me. I guess it's because they really have nothing to run on. Because this whole time that they've been doing this the past 30, 40 years has all been deceptive. They've always been able to change the narrative. Well, now that's coming out, and cell phones have been a big part of that.
Whoopi, she dipped. Sources say she boarded a flight out of the country just days after the court fast-tracked discovery in Karoline's suit. Some say she's taking time off. Others, they're whispering a scam.
Now, is that around the same time about the Diddy files? Because I know Ellen DeGeneres left also.
Ape? So what's really going on? Why did Whoopi vanish? And how did this lawsuit spiral so fast, so big, and so messy? Let's break it all down, layer by layer, meltdown by meltdown.
All right,
but
let's
first,
do it.
smash that like button if you're here for the drama, and make sure to subscribe for more explosive breakdowns of the stories the media's too scared to touch. Did you just subscribe? Perfect. Let's get into it.
Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Let's rewind.
That's
the
all
tape.
that bitch
It was
does.
supposed to be a routine guest appearance. Another political talking head.
There, I liked and subscribed. Guys, would y'all do the same? Would y'all like and subscribe for me? Thank you, man.
Stepping into the lion's den known as The View, but Karoline Leavitt isn't just any guest. Young, razor-sharp, and boldly conservative in a space that rarely welcomes her kind. She knew exactly.
Do you guys remember that talking notebook that we had for 4 years? That every question had to read the notebook. And if it wasn't in the notebook or they didn't want to answer it, it's, well, all I can do is refer you to this organization or this organization, or I'll go get on it and then I'll get back to you on that whenever I find out, and then never finds out.
Exactly where she was stepping, and she didn't flinch. Hair in place, posture perfect, eyes laser focused. Karoline sat down, smiled politely, and prepared to engage. But the moment the segment began, you could feel it. This wasn't going to be a debate. It was a setup. Joy Behar struck first. With a rehearsed chuckle, she waved off Karoline's
That bitch right there. Pardon my language, but I cannot stand that old bag.
resume as cute political fluff. She sarcastically questioned how someone barely old enough to rent a car had any business advising on national policy.
Yeah, well, maybe you should think about that. How is it a person barely old enough to rent a car in the spot she's in and to be so sharp about it? Meanwhile, You're almost to the age you should not be allowed to drive because you're so old and you never got anywhere near reaching where this woman's at.
Policy. Then Sunny Hostin took her swing.
But you never said a damn word about the lesbian dyke, and I hate her initials, KJP. That's my initials. I'm Kevin Jeffrey Phillips. So, I hate that.
Arms folded, eyes narrowed. She dropped the phrase, white privilege, like a grenade. The implication, Karoline didn't work for her.
Yeah, the person that found out she's descendant of slave owners, that she's not part black, that she's not part Puerto Rican, that she's back to Spain, which most of them get called what? What's that? White. And she's a descendant of slave owners. Then she has the nerve to mention white privilege.
Work for her platform. She inherited it. Sunny questioned her legitimacy, mocked her positions, and accused her of being a mouthpiece for outdated ideals. And then,
Outdated ideals. Meanwhile, you're steadily talking about some reparations when not one person owned this whole entire earth, much less the United States, has owned a slave. And you're talking about reparations, and you're the descendant of a slave owners. Imagine that.
Whoopi? Leaning in with that trademark eye roll and sly smile, Whoopi delivered the blow that would later end up in legal filings and national headlines. You're not here because you earned it. You're a product of right-wing pity politics. The audience roared with laughter.
And you're here for some lazy... I almost wonder if they pay their audience to come sit in there and clap and laugh.
The co-host smirked, and the cameras panned in on Karoline's face, perhaps expecting a meltdown. But Karoline didn't flinch. She didn't take the bait. No eye roll, no witty comeback.
Is this
no
about Whoopi leaving
soundbite,
the country
just a
or
nod,
not?
A polite smile, and the kind of stoic restraint you only learn from being underestimated again and again. What the hosts didn't know, Carolina wasn't retreating. She was loading her legal arsenal. Backstage, as she left the studio, she didn't call out the panel. She didn't go on Twitter. She didn't do a tell-all podcast. She called her lawyers. And The View, they had no idea what was coming.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
The internet woke up to a shockwave. Karoline Leavitt sues The View for $800 million in landmark defamation case. Screenshots of the lawsuit spread like wildfire. TikTok creators broke it down line by line. Legal analysts called it a declaration of war against mainstream media bullying. This wasn't your average defamation claim. This was a 100-page legal cannonball accusing Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and ABC of deliberate...
Is it Whoopi or Whoopi? I mean, I've always heard it as Whoopi, but he keeps saying Whoopi.
Character assassination, on-air sabotage and humiliation, premeditated defamation, coordinated media targeting for political gain. The lawsuit was stacked with receipts. Karoline's legal team had dissected the segment down to milliseconds. They highlighted the eye rolls, timed the laughter, parsed the script prompts from the teleprompters. But the real bombshells came from backstage. Internal ABC memos, production meeting notes, off-camera audio. One damning email from a producer read, "Open soft with Joy. Joke about youth. Let Sunny pivot to race angle. Whoopi can deliver the ideological kill shot." Another, a Slack message that said, "Karoline is trending. Go hard. This is our moment." It was scripted, it was staged, and it was ugly. Legal experts across media outlets nodded in unison. This wasn't banter gone wrong. This was a...
I think it's funny that old chick from Spain, Sunny Hostin, that her husband has been all caught up in some insurance fraud and catching felonies.
hit job caught on paper. Karoline's lawyer went live on national television to deliver
Come on now you're saying Karoline. Come on, dog. It's Karoline.
the statement. This is not about silencing opinion. This is about protecting integrity. No woman should be invited onto a platform just to be dismantled for sport. The media firestorm erupted. ABC went quiet. PR firms scrambled. But Karoline? She was just getting started.
Think how ironic.
How is he saying Karoline one second, Karoline another, and then Whoopi? And it makes me wonder if this is all AI or, where it's Yeah, basically AI doing the voices and stuff. That's why it keeps, but it shouldn't change the way they're saying it.
That Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
At first, Whoopi did what Whoopi does.
Pardon my dog. I'm sorry.
She brushed it off, laughed, dismissed it as political theater. On air, she waved the lawsuit away like it was dust on her shoulder. But behind the scenes, cracks began to show. ABC insiders leaked that Whoopi started showing up late to tapings. Her mood, agitated, defensive.
Her hairline is almost to the back of her head.
Clashed with producers, ignored segment notes,
Her hairline showing up
One
late
writer
too.
reportedly said, "You could cut the tension with a knife." She was spiraling and trying not to show it. Then came the summons. Not a vague legal notice. Not a
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry about this. Bit.
polite letter. A full-blown court order delivered to ABC headquarters. Whoopi's team tried to spin it, claimed it was routine and expected, but she wasn't expecting this. The court was accelerating the case. Karoline's team had filed a motion to fast-track the proceedings, citing overwhelming public interest and time-sensitive reputational damage. The court agreed. Suddenly, Whoopi wasn't laughing. She was panicking. One producer claimed they overheard her whisper backstage. I didn't think she'd actually go through with it. And that's when reality hit. Karoline Leavitt wasn't bluffing, and Whoopi Goldberg, she was out of time. With the momentum swinging squarely in Karoline Leavitt's favor, her legal team didn't just push the gas, they floored it. What started as a bold lawsuit quickly evolved into a full-scale legal siege on ABC and The View's entire production infrastructure. And Karoline, she wasn't just leading it, she was laser-focused.
Y'all hear that? He went right back to Karoline.
Her lawyers demanded everything, not just surface-level transcripts or generic footage. No, they wanted the full skeletons, full access to production meetings, internal communications, every Slack message, Zoom call recording, show rundown, and even raw, unedited behind-the-scenes footage. And what they found, absolutely brutal. One leaked segment planning email had the subject line, "Karoline, poke strategy." The body of that email, even worse. Have Sonny hit her first with a race angle. Joy can slide in with a not qualified jab. Then let Whoopi handle Trump. We need her rattled. Make it look spontaneous. Another Slack thread showed producers suggesting, let Whoopi take it home with sarcasm. Trigger her with tone jabs. Keep cameras rolling for reaction cuts. Karoline's legal team played never-before-aired footage in court. A moment where Whoopi, mic still hot, leaned over and said, "She's all scripted. Toss her a Trump grenade. Watch her freeze." Legal analysts in the courtroom gasped. A senior litigation expert on CNN Live said, "This isn't accidental bias. This was a production strategy to corner and humiliate a guest. That's not commentary. That's targeted character demolition." And the public? They flipped. Viewers who were once skeptical of Karoline started rallying behind her. Even neutral political figures began calling for an internal investigation at ABC.
And guys, I'm looking on my TV on YouTube, and I see another thing that's popped up saying, "Too late, Whoopi. It's Elon Musk. $80 million. The lawsuit stands." So that means between Karoline Leavitt and Elon Musk, you got $880 million going towards the so-called View.
And Whoopi? She went from being the show's anchor to completely MIA. Just like that, she was gone. No dramatic monologue, no final mug sip at the end of an episode, no send-off from her co-hosts. Whoopi Goldberg disappeared from The View. ABC issued a vague email calling it a wellness break, but even that felt hollow. The timing was far too convenient. Just 2 days before her scheduled court deposition, the optics weren't great. Sources inside the network paint a very different picture. One junior producer leaked a chilling comment from a closed-door meeting. Whoopi said she needed air. The next day, she was wheels up, no warning, no goodbye. Initial reports speculated she had retreated to a wellness center in upstate New York, but as hours turned into days, whispers became louder. An unconfirmed tip surfaced. A one-way private jet had taken off from JFK bound for Florence, Italy, chartered under a private entity long associated with a known celebrity fixer. Some insiders claim she's hiding out in a Mediterranean villa owned by a Hollywood power couple. Others say she's on a private island in the Caribbean. The most damning part? She left right after the court ordered all parties, including the hosts, to appear for official deposition under oath. And Whoopi didn't show. Legal commentators exploded. You don't...
Wow, I didn't know she got that big. I didn't watch the show, so of course I wouldn't know when she gained or lost weight, but good lord, she's big there.
disappear before a deposition unless you've got something to hide. A Fox News analyst said bluntly, she ran. And Karoline's team, they said nothing, just smiled. Because in court, silence can speak louder than words. The second Whoopi's disappearance hit Twitter, the floodgates opened. Whereas Whoopi began trending within the hour. TikTokers posted video mashups. One moment, Whoopi confidently mocking Karoline on air. The next, her courtroom sketch. Haunted eyes, clenched jaw, followed by a jet engine taking off. YouTubers dubbed it the View's Vanishing Act. One meme showed Karoline in a blazer holding legal documents, while Whoopi clutched a passport on the tarmac. Caption, Karoline went to court, Whoopi went to Italy. It wasn't just conservative voices chiming in anymore. Neutral and even left-leaning commentators began raising eyebrows. This doesn't look like wellness. It looks like...
And how Whoopi sits here and calls racism on this, that, and DEI and all that crap, when I don't even know how she ever got put in movies. I didn't think she was ever funny. She's still not funny. There's nothing about her that is worthwhile. She's just a drag on the whole community. There's nothing uplifting about the woman. Not a thing. And if you say she is uplifting, what is it that's uplifting? Because she was given a job, and are you going to say it was due to her acting skills? Or are you going to say it's due to her color? Because either way you go, it's pretty sad. Because her acting skill, I knew of Sister Act. That's the only movie I knew she was in. Now, also, I think it was The Color Purple, or was that Oprah? Because I get Oprah and Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg. One of them did The Color Purple. One of them was in, oh Lord, there's another movie from back in the day before my time. Anyway, that's the only two I knew that they started their career out on. But as far as when I was alive, Sister Act was really the only thing. I don't think that Oprah's been in anything in, shit, I don't even know how long.
Looks like running. ABC tried to step...
Okay, guys, well, we get the point. We see it because he's talking about everything other than this. So, did she really flee? From what they're saying, it sounds like she went to Italy. I don't know if the show's still coming out daily or not, but either way, that's going to be the end of this. There's no point in going another 7-8 minutes because he's already told us what he's going to tell us. He keeps going back in circles. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. You guys have a great one. Please like, comment, subscribe. I will get my camera up as soon as it decides to work. I hope you all take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one.